This is Mike from Orlando. I'm going to give one last story, and this has to do with employment opportunities and height. This was the early 90s. I was just moved here from California to Orlando, and I was working for a hotel, and at some point I decided I wanted to switch up what I was doing. I was getting kind of tired with what I was doing, and I thought I knew some of the security people, and I was good friends with the security people, so I thought, well, let me try being a security guard. I thought that'd be kind of good. And everybody liked me. The supervisor of security liked me, and I interviewed with him, and everything was fine but the last interview had to be with the assistant manager of the hotel. And so I walked in for my interview, and he just kind of gave me a look, kind of like, just sort of, kind of like, what's, and started asking me questions about my experience and how much I knew about security, and which was never really a problem there because we're not talking about like bouncers. It was a hotel. It was in the Disney World area. It's not. We weren't part of Disney World, so this is not a comment on Disney World in any way. But he started asking about my experience and you know, how would I handle this situation and that situation. Most of it was situations that were absurd, like if I walked into a hotel room and I saw a ton of cocaine on the desk, what would I do? You know, and I told him, well, I would contact my supervisor. So, well, if your supervisor's not there, then what would you do? I said, well, just weird questions like that nobody else had been subjected to in any interview with this guy, I found out later on. And, you know, I said to him, well, you know, I don't have a lot of experience, but I know, I mean, you have some people here that didn't really have a lot of experience, but I'm capable, I can learn. And, you know, I pointed out, there's this one Hispanic woman who was like 5'1", and I didn't mention the fact that she was 5'1", but because I could tell he kind of had a problem with the fact that, you know, that I was kind of short. I'm in good shape, but, you know, I'm 5'4", and his reply was something to the effect of, well, we have to hire a certain number of women and minorities. And what I got out of this was that he can discriminate against me, though he would not say about my height, but he would hire anyone as long as he had a certain number of people that fit in a certain slot that would prove that the hotel was not racist. But when it came to the rest of everyone else, if you were not a woman, Hispanic, or black, then he wanted to have, I guess he wanted to have big men that could, you know. Now, being in the Orlando area, I mean, you know, the biggest thing I would have had to deal with is maybe 2 fighting 5-year-olds. You know, it's not like, but anyways, I mean, that's my story. I didn't get the job at that point. He claimed I didn't have enough experience, you know, and like I said, it was kind of ridiculous because none of the people there really had any experience, and most of them had not had any kind of experience, and a number of them had never served in the military or anything else. They just walked around and did reports, and, you know, if something happened, and it was never anything big. I'd worked there for a couple of years, so I know nothing of major. There's not like any, you know, biker gangs were gonna riot or anything where I would have to step in and tackle people or anything like that. But that's the kind of discrimination that men who are short put up with and have had to put up with, you know, a lot in employment, and it's just stupid. I mean, I don't know what else to say.